Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Monsters video. So in today's video, I'm back with another analysis. So we got our first corrupted Megataunt monster. I'm going to be reviewing its stats and also skills and everything like that throughout this video. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, drop a like and also subscribe to our channel with notifications on. Anyways, let's go on and get started. This was posted by the community manager of the game. It says new monster Oliphanatic. By the way, once again, this is the first corrupted mythic monster. So this is definitely going to help you out in the long run. I mean, we've seen it with the Cosmics, right? I believe Vampiro was the first Cosmic Megataunt that came out, right? And look, he's still usable to this day. So you want to pick this mythic up if you can. It is going to be available in a breeding event on my Discord. Someone mentioned that you need Chimney and Vishama for this breeding, so make sure to hash those monsters. I'm not 100% sure if that's true, but I'm gonna take his words, the person that actually mentioned it, and I'm gonna say it's true. Okay, so make sure to hash those two monsters so that tomorrow you have a chance to get yourself Oliphanatic. But that's not the only way to obtain them. You can also obtain them through the team events. Okay, there's going to be a frat team event where you can you or your teammate could purchase gems, and then that's gonna reward everyone else in the team with cells. So that's actually quite awesome. Let's go ahead and lead the lore, shall we? So it says, when he was young, this monster wasn't much of a warrior. He read a lot and knew about different cultures, and he liked to study history. So when a war broke out over the sovereignty of a river between his tribe and the other one on the opposite river bank, he served as a mediator. He was intelligent and elegant, and he quickly earned the respect of the chiefs of the enemy tribe. He somehow became friends with them. They would invite him over for big meals and give him magnificent jewelry. Oh, that's so nice. But as he became closer with them, he seemed to lose the trust of his own family and friends back home. Oh. Then one day, Oliphanatic was returning home after a big party at the other side of the river, and he didn't realize that he was being followed. Followed by who? Don't tell me it's the Lord, man. Is it? When his tribe's guards opened the gates of the protection fence to let him in, the enemy tribe took advantage of him and stormed his families and all the other huts. Oh no. After this abhorrent event, they had no choice but to surrender. Without homes, they had lost the war and blamed Oliphanatic for it. They went to a new land and turned their back on him. He was left alone with no family or friends, and he felt like he lost everything. The dark shadow is what drives him now. He reinvented himself as a somber warrior and is determined not to trust anyone ever again. That is so sad. That is just so sad, man. Alright, anyways, so let's go on and take a look at the skills for this monster, shall we? Alright, so it says Mud Bath, okay? Mud Bath. Who takes a bath with mud? Whatever. Alright, so it's a moderate earth damage to all enemies, applies quicksand to all enemies. So you see that quicksand will actually come in handy, especially against like extra turns. That's quite nice. So every turn it'll deal some damage, which is actually quite nice. So yeah, that quicksand could come in handy. Then you have Peanut Energy. Applies a 50% life shield, heals itself by 25%, requires cooldown. Now, if one of your allies could apply, let's say, Skill Mirror, you can go ahead and apply yourself that 50% life shield, and you can heal yourself by 50%. Okay? So the 25% will just mirror, and then it'll just be 50%. Stomp the Mouse. Deals heavy earth damage to one enemy, applies stun to one enemy, requires cooldown. So it's just a stun skill. Okay? And then you have this last skill right here, Every Wall. It's a Megataunt to itself, applies 30% life shield to itself, requires cooldown. So you're not just applying Megataunt, but you're also applying that 30% life shield. So that's quite nice. So I've got to say, this is like a upgraded version of Lord Mammoth. You guys know the legendary Lord Mammoth? I feel like this is just like an upgraded version of him. So that's quite nice though. You know, this mythic monster is going to be the first corrupted Megataunt monster in the game. Definitely try your best to get your hands on it, because it's going to be helping you out throughout the whole game. So if you could get it to rank 3 at least, it'd be very, very helpful. I'm gonna see if I could get it from breeding events. I'm definitely going to spend at least, let's say if I spend at least 200 gems and I don't get it, I'm gonna continue spending, hopefully maybe up to 500, and 500, that's it. Same thing happened to with Wingsuit breeding event, right? It took me like 200 something gems in order to get them, so it took me like 8 to 9 tries. But I'm gonna try my best to get it to rank 3, because that's just what's best to get him to. But anyways, so take a look at this. These are the traits here. You have, what's it called? What is that? Is that hardened? Let me see. Yeah, it's hardened. Okay, so at rank 0 you have hardened. Right away you have access to hardened, which is actually quite nice. That is quite nice. Then you have curse immunity at rank 1. That could come in handy. I mean, Lindworm applies curse immunity, right? So that could come in handy. And in rank 3, you have Status Caster Megataunt. So that's why I tell you guys, I recommend you guys getting it to rank 3 so that you have access to that Megataunt, which is actually quite nice. It's like one of the best Status Casters in the game. So taking a look at the stats, let's just actually take a look at level 100 first before we take a look at 150. You have 92,290 life. That is actually the second highest life in the game right now. So that's actually quite nice. Having that much life, that's amazing, especially as a tank. Power, you don't have to worry about the power since this is a tank and you don't really need to worry about his power. Speed, 6,160. That speed is actually quite bad, I've got to say. But life, pretty good, okay? Aside from that, so this is 150 right here, so you have 10,640 speed. Once again, that's bad. But you have 258,462 life at level 150, rank 5. So if you could get it to rank 5, that is a lot of life there. But let's take a look at relics. Okay, so you have shield and shield. So that's actually quite interesting. I wish he had a shield and an SN so that it'd be like a revival SN. You could just give a Hero SN and you could come back, kind of like Shelly. But unfortunately, it's not like that. So shield, you can go ahead and pair up like Tenacity Shield with Wangzu Shield or Helium's Shield as well. That works too. Then the books, you have Adventurers, Villains, and Evil Legions. Ooh. See that Villains right there? I mean, I know people don't use what's his name? What is that monster name? Daigil that often, but like he could really apply that triple damage and kind of destroy this guy. I don't know. We'll have to see it in battle though. But since it's a corrupted versus cosmic, I don't think he'll do much. Especially the fact that he could hold 2 shields, and then there are also obscure talents. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he could last that. But if you guys want to see a battle like that, you know, me showcasing a Daigil versus Oliphanatic, go ahead and drop a like and let me know in the comments, alright? But anyways, so we have Warfare Elephant. It's a moderate earth damage to an enemy, 0 cooldown, 30 stamina cost. So as long as you have the stamina there, you can continue spamming that skill if you're going to run it. You also have a 30% life shield. It's a spammable skill as well. So you can continue spamming that as long as you have the 30 stamina. Mud Jet, it's a moderate earth damage to an enemy, applies quicksand, requires cooldown. I don't recommend running that. But if you want to run it, you can just for the single target, but you have an AoE one that's even better. So yeah. Anyways, you have Jungle Rumbling next. It's a 50% life shield to itself. That's it. 1 turn cooldown though. I wish I was a 0 turn cooldown. You could just continue spamming that over and over again. It'd be so nice. But then you have Mudbat. Okay, so these ones we've already taken a look at. Let's take a look at the ultimate. Deals very heavy earth damage to all enemies, apply quicksand to all enemies, and a 100% life shield to itself. Since he's a Megataunt, that 100% life shield is quite nice. But once again, you have double shield relics. You also have your obscure talent that's going to help you out depending on which one you're actually going to run. And then like, I wouldn't say he has the best ultimate. But as a tank, that's not really that bad. I wish he maybe like applied 100% life shield to all allies instead. Instead of applying like quicksand to the enemies, you could just deal heavy earth damage to everyone, right? And a 100% life shield to every single one of your allies. That'd be a lot better. But since he's a Megataunt monster, that 100% life shield to itself should be nice, or it'd be good enough. Now for the obscure talents, for those of you that are gonna run some obscure talents, which I highly recommend doing so. Here's what you can give. You can give a Growing Flesh. You could go with like Bark Height, or you can even go with Soul Track. Those 3 relics works best. You can go ahead and equip it. I will be doing a exclusive look up to level 150 very soon, where I'll be, you know, choosing some of those stuffs and stuff like that here and there, and then it's gonna be nice. All right. Another thing I want to mention is one of his allies. You can run this monster with, for example, Igurubuki, because Igurubuki has like for example like heal skills and everything like that. If you haven't watched my review on him, you've got to check it out. But you can pair this monster up with Igurubuki and it just works well. But some of the monsters that could counter him, which are a ton right now at the moment, for example Dark Cure, since it's a dark attacker versus this earth Megataunt monster that's receiving every damage, that's gonna be quite a lot of damage, you know, like he could possibly destroy him. Another thing I could think of would be Families and also Sensei Panican. They could just easily deny him. I mean, the only thing that's really protecting him right now, as you guys can see, is Hardened, right? It's Hardened, there's a 30% less chance, or is it 20%? Something like that. But yeah, that's going to help him out just a bit. Aside from that, Master Rat could actually remove his positive, so that Megataunt, if Master Rat takes in the first turn, cleanses the Megataunt, easy peasy, and then he could probably apply vulnerable and stuff to your other allies. So it's just gonna be quite a mess. But yeah, those are the only monsters that I could think of that could actually counter him. Although there may be a lot more, but at the moment those are the only ones. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this mythic monster. I've gotta say, I know his skill sets aren't really the best, but remember there are obscure talents. Okay, obscure talents are game changing. So yeah. Anyways, guys, so I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel with notifications on. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.